So here's the trading styles. This is what fundamental analysts do. Sometimes they have restrictions on the sectors they're trading. Sometimes they have to cut profits and add to losses. Sometimes they have restrictions that they have to be in the market. They can only go to maybe 20% cash. So they believe that time is more important. They use this dollar cost averaging, which is a loser's way to trade. They buy and hold and they invest for the long term. What we can do is develop a system with a set of rules. And so if we have a disciplined system and we have rules, what we're capable of doing is going back and taking any group of shares. You could go back 12 months, or you go back to September when I said that right now the market's in a rising trend. You could find an expert who has something like 10 or 15 or 20 picks, and you could go back and you could find out how much money those 10 or 15 made to this point in time. You could also apply the system to it and see how much the system made, because all it is a set of rules. It's not as if you're looking at a chart and say, maybe I would have bought here or here or here. The rules tell you the day to get in. And that's a pretty valuable thing to have. It means we can go back any group of companies, anybody recommend. You can take your portfolio, any share that trade that you bought in the last 10 years, you could apply this strategy to it and go back and work out what the success rate was. Meaning how many made money and how many lost money. And what we're shooting for is 50%. We don't have to be any better than 50%. Half of them are good and half of them are bad, and we're going to do okay. All right? Then we can, once we have our trades, we can work out also the profit-loss ratio. And that means that we want to have a 2-to-1 profit-loss ratio at least. Meaning we make twice as much money on the good trades that we lose on the bad trades. Meaning our system has to have small losses and larger profits. And if we have a success rate of 50-50 and a 2-to-1 profit-loss ratio, we're going to make money. And in the newsletter over the 19 trades that I've done since September, well, we had the profit-loss ratio, no, the success rate would be pretty close to, well, I have a slide here we'll look at later. It's just a little bit under 80%. And the profit-loss ratio is about 2-to-1, a little bit over 2-to-1. So it means we made money over that time. We can go to cash anytime we want. We're going to time the market. We're going to trade when it's a rising trend. So we have choices.